సో నా నెక్స్ట్ పదం పడుచు. పడుచు అనే పదం మీద ఎవరైనా పడగలుగుతారా? నాగేంద్రుడి గారు ఏదో చాలా ఉత్సాహం చూపిస్తున్నారు. నాగేంద్రుడి గారు
మా ఊళ్ళో ఉంటుంది పడుచు. మా ఊళ్ళో ఒక పడుచుంది, దయ్యం అంటే ఆ ఊళ్ళో ఒక పడుచుంది, దయ్యం అంటే భయమన్నది. ఆ ఊళ్ళో ఒక చిన్నోడు నేనున్నారే భయమన్నాడు. చమచక్క 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 ఓయ్ చమచక్క 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 ఓయ్ దయ్యమంటే భయమన్నది. ఆ ఊళ్ళో ఒక చిన్నోడు నేనున్నాలే పదమన్నాడు. ముగ్గురాలు బాబా తెలుసుకో నన్ను తెలుసుకో ఇలా అన్నాడు. కళ్ళు మూసుకో నన్ను తెలుసుకో ఇలా అన్నాడు. ఆ ఊళ్ళో ఒక చిన్నోడు ఏమున్నాలే మదమన్నాడు.
ఏంటండి నాగేంద్ర గారు ఆ హుషారేంటి, మొత్తం స్టేజ్ చూపేశారు కదా, అదొకటారు కదండి. ఎవరికన్నా దెయ్యం పట్టుంటే ఈ దెబ్బకు వదిలిపోవాల్సింది కదా. ఆగండి, నాకేదో ఎలాంటి వచ్చింది. ఒక నిమిషం. ఏమో మరి మా వైఫ్ కాల్ చేసి చూడాలి కదా. ఇదేంటిది ఇంటర్మీడియట్ ఛాన్స్ ఆఫ్ రెయిన్ అంట. ఏంటండి ఈ వానలు అలా కురుస్తూనే ఉన్నాయి కదా. అయితే మంచిదేలేండి, న్యూజెర్సీ మొత్తం అంతా పచ్చగా కలకల్లాడిపోతుంది కదా. నా తరువాయి పదం వచ్చేసిందంటే చినుకు. చినుకు అనే పదం రాజేష్ గారు రెడీగా ఉన్నారు. చినుకు అనగానే రాజేష్ గారు మరి చినుకు అనే పదం కొడుకు కూడా పాట అర్థమైపోయినట్టు అందరికీ ఆల్రెడీ కొడుకు వేసుకొని వచ్చేసారు. రాజేష్ గారు గోహే.
చెప్పలేని ఆ
పెట్టిన ఇలాంటి సాంగ్ ముందు దిగుతుంటారు కదండి. ఆసమ్ అండి, థ్యాంక్ యూ. రొమాంటిక్ సాంగ్ విన్నాము, ఇప్పుడు ఒక విరహ గీతం వినాలని ఉందండి. కానీ చిన్న కాంపిటీషన్ పెడదాం, ఏమంటారు? వీణ అనే పదం వాడుతూ ఒక విరహ గీతం ఎవరన్నా మీలో ఎవరన్నా, ఓకే జయ గారు పాడుతారండి ఒక వీణ అనే పదంతో ఒక విరహ గీతం. చక్రవర్తి చిత్రం నుండి ఎంతో మంచి పాట పాడారండి జయ గారు, థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. హాయి కొలిపే పాటలు విన్నాం, రొమాంటిక్ సాంగ్స్ విన్నాం, ఇప్పుడు ఒక టీజింగ్ సాంగ్ విన్నాం. వయ్యారి అనే పదం మీద వాడి ఎవరైనా మంచి టీజింగ్ పాడగలరు? మధు అన్నగారు రెడీ ఉన్నారుగా, అసలు కుమ్మేయండి సార్.
నిలువవే వాలు కనుల దాన వయారి హంస నడకదాన ఈ నడకల పోయలున్నది శాన నువ్వు పులుకుతూ గలగల నడుస్తూ ఉంటే నిలువవే నా మనసు కొలనా అది నీకే తెలుసు. నిలువవే వాలు కనుల దాన వయారి హంస నడకదాన ఈ నడకల పోయలున్నది శాన ఒకసారి నన్ను చూడరాదా, చెత్త చేయడం సమయమిది కాదా. ఒకసారి నన్ను చూడరాదా, సమయమిది కాదా. చాలు నీ మర్యాద ఒకలాడి నేనే నీ వాడనే కాదా. నువ్వు కులుకుతూ గలగల నడుస్తూ ఉంటే నిలువదు నా మనసు కొలనా అది నీకే తెలుసు.
వాహ్ వాహ్, ఏంటంటే భలే హుషారుగా పాడారండి మధు గారు. ఇప్పుడే మీ వాయిస్లో ఎంత హుషారు ఉందంటే మరి అప్పట్లో మీరు ఎవరు వెనకాతలు పడేవారు, ఎవరైనా మీ వెనకాతలు పడేవారు అర్థం కాదు. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ మధు అన్న గారు. ఇలా ఈ కొత్త ఆర్గనైజేషన్ ఆవిర్భావంలో మన గోల్డెన్ ఏజెస్ ట్రిబ్యూట్ టు ఘంటసాల ఎస్పీబీ వింటూ ఉంటే నాకైతే చాలా చాలా ఆనందంగా ఉందండి. ఐఎమ్ షూర్ యూఆర్ ఆల్ ఎంజాయింగ్ ద షో. ఓకే, నా నెక్స్ట్ పదం ఈ ఆనందంలో ఆనందం. ఆనందం అనే పదం మీద ఎవరన్నా? శ్రీనివాస్ గూడూరు గారు రెడీగా ఉన్నారు సార్. మంచి ఆనందం అనే పదం మీద ఒక మంచి పాట వినిపించండి సార్.
ఆనందమే జీవిత మకరందం
శ్రీనివాస్ గారు ఆహా ఎంత బాగా మంచి పాట వినిపించారండి. జీవితంలో పరమార్థం అంతా ఈ పాటలోనే ఉంది కదండి.
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
ఎంత మంచి ప్రోగ్రాం మనకి అందించిన ఇండో అమెరికన్ కమ్యూనిటీ అలయన్స్కు ధన్యవాదాలండి తెలుపుకుంటూ ఇప్పుడు మన పార్టిసిపెంట్స్ని ఒకసారి పరిచయం చేద్దాం. దాము కేంద్ర గారు, సుశీల కామరస్ గారు, శ్రీనివాస్ గూడూరు గారు, జయ రాయపుడి గారు, మధు అన్న గారు, నాగేంద్రుడు బుర్ర గారు, రాజేశ్వరి బుర్ర గారు అండ్ సుబ్బారావు సన్నిధి గారు. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఆల్ సో మచ్. అరగంట నుంచి అలా నిల్చుని గోల్డెన్ ఏజర్స్ ఛాలెంజ్ ఎంత మంచి ప్రోగ్రామ్ మనకు అందించినందుకు థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ అండి. ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్కి కో డైరెక్టర్ మా బిందు మాదిరాజు గారు ఎక్కడ ఒకసారి అండ్ దిస్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఈజ్ డైరెక్టర్ బై గిరిజా కొల్లూరు గారు అండి. ఆవిడ టెక్సస్లో ఉంటూ కూడా ఇది అంతా పర్యవేక్షించారు. నేను ఇంకా మీ మధు దోలపల్లి. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఆల్.
Skip. Let's give a round of applause to Golden Agers.
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
థ్యాంక్ యూ డాక్టర్ మధు గారు. మీ ఎంసీయింగ్ చాలా బాగుంది. థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Wow. Can we get a round of applause for Golden Agers? Come on, guys, more energy. Can I hear you guys say ICA? ICA. Come on. I don't hear anyone. ICA. Woo! Come on. Gentlemen in the back. Gentlemen in the back, can I hear you say ICA? Come on. Gentlemen getting breakfast, come on. If you can get breakfast, you have energy. ICA. Woo! Woo! Yes. Okay. Next we have a trivia game. We have MC Tarika Yalula, Shale Rayapudi, Freya Rayapudi, and Trisha Guntina. Come on over. Woo! Round of applause. Come on. Hello everyone and welcome to our trivia game extravaganza. Get ready to test your knowledge and flex those brain muscles as we dive into a world of fun facts, and challenging questions. So, gather your friends, sharpen your wits, and let's see who will emerge as the ultimate trivia champion.
Hello? So the way this is going to work is one of us is going to ask a question, and if you think you know the answer, you can raise your hand, and the first person we'll see, we will go up to them, and you guys can say the answer, and we'll tell you if it's right or wrong. Tisha, what's the first category? So our first category is questions about India and culture. So let's see how much you guys know. Let's see who's cultured in this room, right? Yeah. The left side or the right side? Left side, let's hear you. Okay. Right side? Yeah. Can we hear the right side of the room? I don't know left side, but I think the right side is right. I think the right side. Okay, let's see. So, the first question. Which Indian state is known as the Spice Garden of India?
Raise your hands.
Raise your hands up high.
Answer.
Okay. Try Kerala.
That's correct.
All right, Shil, you got the next one.
Okay, so guys, the next question is, which Indian festival is known as the Festival of Lights? Alright, we'll go right side for this one. Alright, right here. That's correct.
Say it loud. Your name. Avun and Istawali. Very good. Let's make some noise for Varun.
Okay, our next question is, which Indian city is known as the Silicon Valley of India?
Please don't call the answers out.
It's nothing but Bangalore.
That's the correct answer. All right, ready? Which Indian state is famous for its colorful and intricate embroidery work known as chikankari? Anyone on this side? There? Hey, I guess your side's winning today. Wow, you guys are coming up with these quick. I hope you guys aren't like referring to your phones. Chicken curry, okay.
Tamil Nadu.
No, it is not. Hey, Darka, there's someone from the right. If you would have done with the left. Let's try one more time this side. Uttar Pradesh. Say it, you want to try? Good, it is Uttar Pradesh. All right, this question, I think everybody in here should know the answer. Which Indian movie won the Oscars this past year? I should see everybody's hands up. Everyone. RRR. That's the correct answer. All right, Shell, back to you.
Alright, so which Bollywood actress won the National Film Award for Best Actress for a role in the movie Fashion? Which Bollywood actress won the National Film Award for Best Actress for her role in the movie Fashion? Anyone? Alright. That is incorrect.
Is it Priyanka Chopra?
That is correct. Great job.
I'm seeing a lot of participation on the left side. What about someone on the right for this next question? Which Bollywood film features the song Tum Hi Ho, sung by Arjit Singh? Anybody on the right side? Oh, someone in the back.
Ashikibu?
That is correct.
Alright. So now, which Indian state is known as the land of 5 rivers? Any guesses? Land of 5 rivers. Where? Okay. Punjab? Hey, she's correct. It is Punjab. Good job. We have another question about geography, so let's see. Which river is considered the holiest in Hinduism and is also known as the Ganga? I'm looking for the anglicized name of this river.
Genghis River?
Yes, that's the correct answer.
Okay, so, next question. Which Indian city is known as the City of Lakes? The City of Lakes. Anyone? Right here? Alright, left side looks like it's winning right now. That is correct. Great job. Alright. Next question.
Our next question is, which Indian state is famous for its backwaters and houseboat cruises?
Kerala.
That's correct. I have to give him a chance. The left side is winning. We need to give the right side a chance.
Alright, so the next question is, what is the national sport of India? Alright, we're gonna go over here for this one. Alright. Hockey is correct.
Okay, I've got a cricket question for all of us in honor of IPL right now. Everyone should know the answer to this question because it's absolutely iconic and so important in our history. In which year did India win its first Cricket World Cup?
83.
Please don't call the answers out. Yes, that's the correct answer. All right, are we ready for our last question? I need everyone to listen up for this last question. It's going to cause quite the riot. Who is known as the god of cricket? Please don't call out the answers. Let's hear some names. No, let's hear some names. Who is considered the god of cricket? You can call out now. Anyone in the back want to answer?
Amitabh Bachchan.
You want to answer?
Sachin Tendulkar?
You are right. It is Sachin Tendulkar. And with that, we'd like to conclude our trivia. We hope you guys had a great time answering these questions and learned something new about India, our nation, and everything pertaining to it. Thank you.
Yes, thank you all for participating.
किसके लिए टीवी एशिया के लिए गाना टीवी अग्नि नहीं है ना वो और मिल जाएगा मैं जानता हूँ वो कृष्णा काम कर रहा है टीवी पे मिलता नहीं बहुत सीख हो गया बहुत सीख हाँ
Gentlemen in the back, please take a seat. Come on.
इसका को देखा था मैं इधर ही उसके बाद कुछ
हाँ उसके बाद वो पता नहीं किसके लिए काम करता लड़के के बच्चे
बहुत से भी नहीं
वहाँ टीवी के लिए काम करती है वो लड़के के साथ बनता है काम नहीं है तभी उसके बच्चे करता है
इसके लिए
उसको हेल्प करता रहता है किसके लिए रागिनी और दूसरा सचिन आता है तो ये भी रहता है।
Gentlemen in the back, can I please ask you to sit down? Come on. I know you're looking at me. I know you're listening. Come on, can I please have you sit down at a table? Hello. Gentlemen in the back, please take a seat. Please take a seat.
Switch devices on the go. That means you are always connected. Empower your business today. Call us on 855-558-4835 or write to us at sales@ytelglobal.com. Ytel Global is recognized by Inc. 5000 as America's fastest growing phone company. Meet the smartest business phone system with powerful capabilities. Work on-site, remote, or from any location. You can now easily switch devices on the go. That means you are always connected. Empower your business today. Call us on 855-558-4835 or write to us at sales@ytelglobal.com. Ytel Global is recognized by Inc. 5000 as America's fastest.
Foreign Digital Media. We are creative digital marketing experts. Brand building, transforming digital presence, growth hacking, our expertise, digital marketing, web designing and development, SEO campaign strategies, brand building strategies, ORM includes organization and leader. Contact us, sales@foreigndigitalmedia.com. Foreign Digital.
A temple is a sacred sanctuary constructed by humans, reflecting the principles of Karma Siddhanta. It serves as the divine abode of Parameshwari, the fulfiller of desires. The temple, resembling a bridge connecting the earthly and spiritual realms, will undergo 3 stages of development across an expansive 11.2 acre property. In the first stage, a 20,000 square foot Sai Jnana Mandir and cultural centers will be established. The second phase will introduce a Hanuman shrine with a magnificent 22-foot Hanuman statue, accommodations for priests and designated parking spaces for devotees. For further essential information, please visit their website at www.omsrisaibalajitemple.org.
Ytel Global is recognized by Inc. 5000 as America's fastest growing phone company. Meet the smartest business phone system with powerful capabilities. Work on-site, remote, or from any location. You can now easily switch devices on the go. That means you are always connected.
On June 1st, 22 feet single granite stone Anjaneya Swami Vigraham will be installed in Om Sri Sai Balaji Temple in Monroe. From morning to evening there will be prayers. Please come and participate in this great event. It's going to be in a 5,000 square feet glass showcase, indoor, total 25 feet height. The tallest Anjaneya Swami Vigraham, indoor Vigraham in USA. Please come and witness and take the blessing. Thank you so much.
For sale, so come on in. We also have our Set for Life program, free car washes for life and free oil changes for life. Come on in and ask for me. I would love to take care of you. Hi, I'm Triana here at Hamilton Honda, and we want to invite you and your friends and family into our dealership. We have tons of new and pre-owned vehicles for sale, so come on in. We also have our Set.
hello. Everyone, please sit down. Please, take your seats, everyone. It's a special request to everyone. Please sit down. Let's settle down ourselves.
All right. All right, thank you everyone for being seated. We will begin our youth panel now. Without fail, I'd like to invite our first panelist, Karthik Malayalam. Let's make some noise for him.
Right, so to introduce Karthik Malayalam is a multifaceted artist renowned for his captivating performances as a musician, singer, and entertainer, particularly within the realms of Telugu, Hindi, and Tamil music. Originally from Hyderabad, India, and enriched by years spent in the US, Karthik brings a diverse spectrum of experiences and perspectives to his art. Beyond his musical endeavors, he excels as a cloud and robotics engineer, specializing in computer vision and humanoid robotics, adding a layer of innovation and expertise to his dynamic profile. Next, we're going to have Ritika Koropulu come up to the stage.
Our next panelist, Ritika Koropulu, is a dynamic technologist based in New York City. A Rutgers University graduate with degrees in computer science and business, she works on the responsible AI team at Microsoft, focusing on ethical AI development. Passionate about social good, Ritika is also the founder of a creative studio that hosts events and produces content emphasizing playfulness and vulnerability. Her diverse interests include AI art, custom apparel, and interactive experiences, reflecting her commitment to innovation and community engagement.
Let's please make some noise for both of these panelists. All right, next I would like to invite up Lavanya Ande. Lavanya is a dynamic 22-year-old marketing professional by day and a creative force by night, passionately blending her Indian and American identity with her Telugu heritage. Through her content creation and music, she amplifies the voices of Telugu Americans, forging connections and breaking the barriers in the media landscape. Lavanya's work is a unique fusion of Eastern and Western influences, inspiring and connecting diverse audiences. Let's make some noise for Lavanya Ande. Now we will be introducing our last panelist, but definitely not the least. We have Srinihal Tamana, a 15-year-old environmental activist. He's the founder of Recycle My Battery, dedicated to reducing battery waste and its environmental impact. He has achieved significant milestones, including breaking the Guinness World Record for the longest line of batteries, and being a top 3 finalist for the 2023 International Children's Peace Prize. Under his leadership, Recycle My Battery has recycled over 450,000 batteries and engaged over 650 kids in environmental action. His efforts have earned the recognition from President Joe Biden and the Governor of New Jersey. Let's hear it for Srinihal. Thank you all for being here today. We're going to ask you some general questions first, and then we're going to open it up to the audience, okay? Can we give them a mic? All right. First, so for all of you, what inspired each of you to pursue your chosen art form, content creation, and/or community service, and how has it influenced your life?
Hi, my name is Ritika. Well, one huge shout out to the organizers of ICA and all these amazing. Yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity. I think to answer the question, I grew up, I think, very STEM focused, just inspired by my dad, who worked in tech. So I studied computer science and business in school, and I pursued, I think, technology. But I think what brought me to the arts is really motivated by this one quote by Dead Poet Society. I think they talk about how math, technology, STEM fields, they're the reason they move society forward, and they're the reason we're able to sustain life and push innovation and move forward. But the reason why we live is for art, poetry, music, entertainment. And so even though I was pursuing this career in tech, I felt a bit unfulfilled, and I knew I wanted to pursue something that basically moved people, and I think the way to do that is through art and creativity. And so that led me on a journey to basically build different skill sets in music, videography, and experiment with a bunch of different creative things.
That was honestly really inspiring. I don't know if I can speak as well as you did, but I do want to start off saying thank you so much to everyone who has us here, to the entire team of ICA, and to the youth committee as well. One of the biggest things for me is I've always been very creative growing up, but you know how we grow up as an Indian, focus on getting a career, making a living. Creative stuff is not anything in the creative space, music, content, this was not something we were raised with. But cinema and music has been something that kept me in touch with my culture. I grew up watching a lot of Telugu movies, and that's honestly what helped me learn my language. And as I got older, especially during COVID time, I was able to kind of find a community through media with content creation. It started off for fun, where I posted videos for fun or just songs and music. And then I was able to reach a wider audience, and it was so inspiring to see other Telugu Americans just like me out there in the country. So one of my biggest things is content, media, being in the space I am, allowed me to connect with so many more individuals that I wouldn't have without this sort of channel.
Hello everyone, my name is Srini Hautamana. I'm 15 years old and I'm the founder of a non-profit organization called Recycle My Battery. First of all, before I go on and talk about my journey, I would like to give a big thank you to the organizers of ICA for organizing this amazing event. And I would like to thank you guys for this amazing opportunity. I really appreciate this. So thank you so much. Okay, so I will take about 1-2 minutes and I'll talk about my journey, how it all began, and why I even started my own non-profit, Recycle My Battery. So my journey began about 4.5 years ago, back in 2019, when I saw something devastating occur on the news. A lithium-ion battery completely exploded in a waste disposal plant in California. It caused unimaginable destruction. It caused millions of dollars worth of damage. I clearly remember watching all the chaos and everything occur on that day, and it devastated me. So after seeing that incident occur on the news, I felt angry that nobody was even taking action after seeing something very devastating like this occur on the news. And I also felt very sad that our Mother Earth had to go through all this pressure, which is being driven by us humans. So after doing some more research and learning that over 15 billion batteries are thrown away each year worldwide, and because of only 1% of the people who around the world know about recycling batteries properly, that was when I decided to step up and act. That was when I founded my own non-profit called Recycle My Battery to bring more awareness to people on the importance of recycling used batteries to make the earth a better place to live. Thank you.
Hi everyone, how's everyone doing today? I need a bit more energy. It's a Sunday morning, we have delicious food in the back. Come on guys, how's everyone doing today? So hello everyone, my name is Karthik Malayala. I came all the way from Kentucky for this event, so big thank you to the organizers of ICA, and the Youth Committee for having me here. For those of you who don't know me, I am a musician, singer, entertainer, all sorts of things. But by profession, I'm a cloud and robotics engineer. Like a lot of these guys have mentioned, STEM is core of being a So when I first moved to this country in 2013, I was in 7th grade. And the way I started my musical journey is completely self-taught. I'm not formally trained whatsoever, which is a good and a bad thing, which means that it gave me the flexibility to learn what I want, right? So when I first moved to this country, I couldn't really fit into the middle school of the United States of America because, you know, I came from a very traditional Indian schooling where it was like academics focused. But these guys were like, oh, Big Time Rush, shake it up, all these Disney musical shows, right? So in order to fit in, I picked up the guitar. But what I did was I never touched American music, but rather I touched what I grew up with. My mom's songs, whatever my family did. I grew up in a very musical family. I started off with Telugu music. So I started off with Telugu music, a very, very small niche that didn't really have much audience back then. But now if you go to Hyderabad, and if you go to a lot of these events in New Jersey here, you have Telugu bands all across the world that come here and perform, and everybody loves it. So that's really how my journey started, but I'll go more in depth towards the end. But thank you.
Those were some amazing answers, guys. Truly inspirational. Can we get another round of applause for our answers here? Now we'll be asking our second question. How do you guys navigate the balance between your Indian heritage and American upbringing?
I think that's a very good question because for most of our lives, I think until high school, we refused to probably accept our Indian identity. And just like everyone else, I struggled with that for the largest part of my life. I only, talked about anything related to my Indian culture with my family in a closed-knit circle. But when I was outside, I was kind of embarrassed of being Indian because that was not the most popular thing, or people would make fun of it. And obviously, you guys probably know, entering the workforce, there's not as many Indians as you might grow up in an Indian community, and no one really gets to know that other part of you. I think the biggest thing that helped me was music. Music has no language barrier, and as you guys all know, we don't just listen to one language, we listen to any music that is good. So I use the music as my escape to find that balance between my Indian and American identity. And the best part is now a lot of my American friends also love the Indian music, and they really love coming to Indian events and coming out because they're able to understand the language of music. So I think for me, that's going to be the biggest part of balancing my identity, and also being able to embrace that there's so many amazing values that come from having such a rich culture within my background. So yeah, I think it's brought me a lot of confidence.
I think to add on to her point, when I was growing up, I felt like I had to be kind of like different personalities at school with my friends versus like with my parents, with my family, with other aunties and uncles at home. I think like when I was with like my parents and my family, I had to be kind of like a muted version of myself, where I showed like, I wanted to be like a good Indian daughter. I mostly talked about grades, I mostly talked about extracurriculars, like things that I thought that they would be impressed by. But I think over the years, I slowly started talking to my parents more about like things that I participated in terms of American culture. I talked about like the humor that I was interested in, shows like The Office, Parks and Rec. I started like showcasing some of that more stuff. I started talking about like different experiences, different interests, different hobbies. I'd start telling them if I had like fights with my friends or if I was struggling at school with like other personal things. And I think that as an immigrant child, sometimes it's hard to be super vulnerable and be very transparent about what's going on at school or with your friends. But I think if you are able to unlock that, you get a much more fulfilling relationship with your parents. And it's not the easiest. Sometimes it can be tough, and like there's a little bit of friction when you open up about dating or like other things that American culture has like normalized. But I think it's worth it because now I can say that I'm the same exact person with my family, and I can call my parents like my best friends, and I'm the same exact person with my friends and with my parents. So, yeah.
Yeah, to go along with that, like I mentioned, I was born and brought up in Hyderabad for half my life, and then I moved here during middle school. So I was very confused in middle school about what culture to pick, or what to assimilate and to not to assimilate. I think that's one of the biggest questions that all children of immigrants they go through when they grow up in the US, and it's really what makes you unique. And it's hard to accept that then. I know a lot of people may be embarrassed to embrace their Indian culture, but our culture is so extremely rich that now everybody is so invested in the Indian culture and music even. It's insane, right? So for me, you know, having been brought up in India, I wanted to keep that culture within myself so that when I meet people, they can learn about who I am, where I am from, rather than having to join the group, join the crowd, right? I like being on my own path, and being Indian and being born in India, brought up there, is part of my identity. So I highly encourage for anyone who is afraid to embrace their culture, like especially for me, I'm from Kentucky. I was one of 2 Indian people in my high school, which made it extremely difficult to stay in sync with my Indian culture. But, you know, that's the only thing I had. When I went back home, I spoke to my parents in Telugu or Hindi, you know, or English was never a choice really for me. But my parents never really forced me to embrace my culture. That's just something I wanted to do because that's just what made me unique. If I join everyone else, just part of them, I'm just trying to fit in. But maturity is realizing that, you know, you are who you are and you are what makes you you. So when you meet people, you add on to their knowledge, to their exposure, and make them understand that India comes from a rich culture and history.
So even though I was born and brought up here in the USA, I have learned to embrace both cultures in my life. My Indo-American culture. One example that I can use to talk to you guys about this is festivals. For example, Indian festivals, including Diwali and Holi, teach me about the cultural perspective in India. So for example, during Holi and Diwali, for example, we do traditional Indian practices like lighting up diyas, we wear traditional clothes, eat traditional foods. This reminds me of how awesome our India is, and it teaches me more about India and the traditional beliefs of India. American culture, I have learned to embrace that too. I will go watch the Super Bowl with my friends. I go see the fireworks on the 4th of July with my friends. So basically what I'm trying to tell you guys here is that Indian culture is really good, it's really diverse. And you guys, if you guys are embarrassed to like embrace that, you guys should embrace it into your lives because Indian culture is just simply amazing.
Thank you, panelists, for those amazing answers. We all, I think, really appreciate what you got.
We've asked our questions, so now we're going to open it up to the audience, and especially the youth, because we have the panelists here to inspire and empower all of us. I'd like to humbly request the audience to keep it down, as we have brought all of them here. They're truly inspiring, and we'd love for you guys to hear something about them. Thank you so much. So Soraya will be going towards the left side. I'm here on the right side. If you have any questions for our panelists, please raise your hand now and I'll come towards you. I'd like to call upon the youth specifically.
Can I start? Okay, so let's go. Who is your question for? Which panelist? Karthik Malayala. Hi, Anna. How are you? Oh.
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. So my question is, could you please share a specific experience or moment that really ignited your passion for guitar and singing? And performing, like content creating?
Yeah, of course. So my journey starts with a song that almost every Telugu Tamil person knows. It's called Priyatama Ni Vachana. And the solo in that song, come on, like, మనుషులు అర్థం చేసుకునేంత మామూలు ప్రేమ కాదు, అగ్నిలాంటి స్వచ్ఛమైనది. So when I first listened to that song, that intro, and I just really wanted to play that on the guitar. So I want to sing a small bit of that song, if that's okay with you guys.
కమ్మని ఈ ప్రేమ లేఖనే రాసింది హృదయమే.
Sing along with me, guys.
ప్రియతమా నీ వచటకు సదమా నీ నిచటకు సదమే. ఊహలన్నీ పాటలే కనుల తోటలో తొలి కథల కవితలే మాట మాటలో. ఓ కమ్మని ప్రేమ లేఖనే రాసింది హృదయమే.
Thank you. So that was one song that, you know, my family has been playing for ages. When I was a kid in the car, wherever we go, it was a regular. Another song is Naloni Pongenu from Surya Son of Krishna. So the fact that, you know, he meets this girl on a train, he whips out his guitar and he starts playing a tune, and the girl falls in love with him, that inspired me, not because of the girl aspect, but like for the music aspect. So yeah, that's really where my passion started. And like I said, I grew up in a very musical family. My uncle, Sai Bhaskar, he was a very amazing guitar player, self-taught as well. So he was really my true inspiration, as well as my mom's brother, another uncle, Anil Bavaraju. He really brought me, like, you know, taught me Happy Birthday on my guitar when I first bought it, when I first moved to this country. And ever since then, I've been trying to teach myself, you know, songs like Priyatamani Vachita and like all these iconic old Telugu songs and Hindi and Tamil songs. So yeah, that's really where my journey started. Thank you for that question.
Thank you so much, Karthik. That was a great answer. I'd just like to request the audience once again to keep it down because as you can see, we have such amazing answers coming from our panelists. So please just give them your attention, give them your time. I'm looking for someone who has a question for one of our other 3 panelists. So if there's anyone on this side, please raise your hand.
Hi, this is for Lavanya. So what are some of the obstacles that you face as a young content creator and how did you end up overcoming them?
Damn, that's a big question. I think one of the biggest obstacles was obviously having the confidence to even put myself out there. Because again, as we know, like social media was still so new like a few years ago. I was not really big on social media. I hated Instagram and TikTok, if anything. I started it off as a joke. But I think I started posting for fun and just for my friends. And the biggest obstacle was that there was actually no Telugu content out there. Everyone who's Indian, it was always based on Bollywood or Hindi-speaking people. There was no Telugu Americans that I was able to relate with. And I'm like, hey, you know, let me just create some Telugu American-based content. And it was really weird because people are like, what language is this? And I'm like, oh, maybe there's no one who's Telugu American or as cultured as I might be too cultured. But through that, I was actually able to discover so many cool people, as I mentioned before, other people who are just as passionate about their language and culture like me. And the biggest obstacle was being able to find that community and obviously being able to grow that community. But once I was able to find it, I think the journey has been amazing from there. There's so many amazing creators and musicians like Karthik himself and others out there across the US. So I would say, yeah, being able to find that community and putting yourself out there was the biggest obstacle for myself. And I think something we all deal with is confidence and self-esteem issues. So being able to see other people and motivate them makes me feel great because I know I never had that motivation or I never had someone to help motivate me.
Thank you for the really great answer. We are now looking for someone who has a question for one of the other panelists. What's your name and can you tell us which panelists have a question?
Hi, I'm Tanvi and my question is for Ritika. Hi, how are you? Hey, how are you? I'm good. My question is, what inspired you to pursue entrepreneurship and how did your cultural background help you go into make this decision?
Sure. Yeah, that's a good question.
I think for me, that seed was planted by my parents. I think like a lot of immigrant parents, like they work so hard, they immigrated here from India. They have big dreams. They like want to make a life for themselves and their family. My dad coming here had like big kind of like entrepreneurial dreams, and his journey here itself was like really inspiring. I think that I'm very lucky because I think from an early age, both my
YOYO Global is recognized by
I'm really lucky because I think from an early age, both my parents like encouraged me to kind of like explore a lot of different passions and different things. They would take me to like different conferences like this, different events and things like that. I think the biggest thing is that I think the biggest privilege that you can have in this world is for someone to believe in you, like very strongly. And I'm very lucky that my parents believed in me. And I think, like Lavanya was saying, the hardest thing about entrepreneurship is having that confidence and taking that leap. And yeah, I'm just very lucky for both my parents and yeah, for them inspiring me and like pushing me to like try different things. And so yeah, I think that inspired me to like basically throughout my life try different creative pursuits, different business pursuits, and I failed at so many of them. But yeah, having your parents like be such strong supports of you is really inspiring because it keeps pushing you to keep trying. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that answer. I think we have a question for Nihal now.
Hi Nihal, I'm Anishka, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. So my question is, what legacy do you hope to leave as a young Indo-American community service representative and advocate for positive change?
Yeah, so I hope to leave a legacy of change makers, even after I pass on. So let me just explain to you what legacy I envision. So I envision a world of change makers doing something to make a change, to make the earth a better place to live. I want all of you guys to go out and become change makers. A change maker is nothing but doing something small to create a bigger impact to make the earth a better place to live. Anything that you do small automatically makes you a change maker. For example, if you see somebody throwing plastic onto the road or throwing batteries into the trash, you have to step up. You cannot be hesitant. You go up to them and you should tell them why it's important to recycle the plastic properly or why it's important to recycle the batteries properly. This automatically makes you a change maker because you're doing something small to make a bigger impact to make the world a better place. So to sum up my question, I envision a legacy of even more change makers who continue to make the impact that I'm trying to make. And eventually, I hope that we can make this impact and we can actually transform the earth into a better place by the year 2100. This is our golden opportunity. This is the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity we have right now. And let's make sure that we use it wisely before it's too late. Thank you.
All right, can we make some noise for our panelists? They were all so wonderful, and with that, we conclude our panel. Thank you, panelists, for taking your time out today for us. You guys were absolutely amazing. I hope some of the young youth in here were inspired by them. One last round of applause, please, for them. Nihal, we'd like to have Nihal stay on the stage. So it's our great pleasure to introduce extraordinary champions of young environmental advocates who have etched their names in history. Spearheaded by Nihal Thamana, our very own panelist, this dedicated team of children has recently achieved a remarkable feat by breaking the Guinness World Record for the longest line of batteries, organizing an astounding 31,204 batteries.
With the involvement of over 125 youngsters, their relentless endeavors to raise awareness about battery recycling and their hands-on dedication to forging a more sustainable tomorrow have not only secured them this esteemed record, but have also served as a wellspring of inspiration for countless others to join the cause. We'd like to have his team come up onto the stage now for a picture.
Indo.
Nihal. I think we'll just continue this with the rest of the team. Oh, everybody's here? Oh, come on up. Everyone, if you're here, come on up. Guys, everybody, please, round of applause. These are kids, our youth. You need to give your support. Showcase. Round of applause, please, again. Thank you. Next, I would like to invite Bala Shawn to introduce our special guest speaker.
Good afternoon, everybody. Mr. Shiva is the president and co-founder of YOYO Health, a digital therapeutic company that uses wearable biosensors and AI to treat pain and neuromuscular conditions. Shiva has over 25 years of experience in the healthcare, having worked on launches of Botox, Viagra and 50 other drugs. His previous venture, Semantally, a ML-based medication and vaccination side effect detection platform, which was acquired by IQVIA, the world's leading clinical research organization with over 80,000 employees and 11 billion in revenue, where he served as a general manager for 6 years. His invention is currently used by companies like Pfizer, Moderna to monitor vaccine side effects. Shiva holds 3 US patents in AI in healthcare and spoken more than 20 plus countries around the world on the topic of AI in healthcare. Shiva was also credited for uncovering a major security hole in the early days of internet, which led to complete redesign of internet-facing email and banking sites. Let's welcome Shiva.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I know it's always, I don't know when lunch started, but people are already eating. I'll make this short. Someone told me that if you cannot deliver your message within 7 minutes, that you don't know what you're talking about. So I'll be less than 7 minutes. I have a deck. I don't know whether it's working. Is it good? Yeah, 1 minute. So I know many of you don't need anything more than that I know about AI. All of you are using ChatGPT. How many of you have already used ChatGPT, if I can get? All right. So many of you already know what AI is. So my talk is about not what is going to be in the future, but since stuff that we already know, that we are already using daily. And very importantly, I want to focus on healthcare AI, which is closest to my heart. So next slide, please, if you don't mind. Yeah. ChatGPT just came out of the 4.0, you probably know, already you all used it. I had a nice little video that I will want to play. If you would go to the next slide, if you don't mind. Yeah, to the next slide. Just advance the slide. Yeah. So we can play it. Yeah, click on it. So they basically came out as something that essentially mimics a human being in 4.0, right? It has eyes. I don't know, can you play? No? Okay, it's alright. So basically they said ChatGPT 4.0 has eyes, ears, and also it has everything that other than I can hug you in a sense, right? So basically the guy in this video is taking a ChatGPT 4.0.
The king in residence at the moment.
Yeah.
Yes, it looks like the king is in residence right now. The
standard flag is flying above Buckingham Palace, which is the signal that the monarch is present. How exciting to be there while the king is home.
Try and tell me exactly what they're doing right now, please.
Right now the ducks are gently gliding across the water. They're moving in a fairly relaxed manner, not in a hurry. Occasionally, one of them will dip his head under the water, probably looking for food, and then pop back up.
I even know when a taxi is coming with its orange light on. I think I'll hail it to get home.
Yes, I spotted one just now. It's heading your way on the left side of the road. Get ready to wave it down. Great job hailing that taxi. It looks like you're all set to go. That's a good dog right there.
So that's really the power, right? So basically, it has become something that can be your companion. That's a blind person that ChatGPT is helping them move around, right? It's unbelievable. We'll go to the next one. Next slide, yeah. So that's future. So not all of us are running around with some ChatGPT in our pocket, but this is in Japan where robotic AI is already plucking vegetables. People ask me, are farmers are going to be out of jobs? No, because Japan already has a declining population. So they don't have farmers to do this work. So it's really helping them with the population decline. And the entire world is going to have a population decline in about 40 years, right? And we are just speaking, it's going to go down, and we need this. It's not going to be a threat. So if we go to the next slide. Next. So this is something close to my heart as well. I do a lot of research in this subject about how AI is dividing society, right? So if you really go to your Instagram feed, your Facebook feed, your even YouTube, it's only showing things that you like. Only things that you like that feeds into the ego or things. It doesn't show stuff that you are not, you don't like, right? So basically it's showing, that's basically why the world is polarized right now, very specifically because it's showing you things that you want to see, and it feeds it into your dopamine in your brain, where it's really making you, that's not a good use of AI, I would say, but that's what's basically happening right now. So go to the next slide, if you don't mind. So this we all know, Netflix already uses AI. Again, if you watch a movie, it knows exactly what you watched. It's not based on what the topic of the movie is. Actually, it goes deep inside the movie and finds out interests that you might have liked, things that you're replayed, things that you're rewatched, and based on that, it recommends, right, to you. So next slide. Next. I speak fast, sorry. So the previous, okay, you can leave it there. So automatic cars, we already know, Tesla already uses it. It's a matter of time that we are going to have. If you ever been to China recently, you might see automated taxis picking up people and dropping off. It's already there. It's not something that is in the future. It's like Uber type of service is already available in China with automated. So this is important. This is threat detection. Threat detection is, I know many of you get fake requests for being friends with people. Threat detection is a huge area that AI is already using. It's been used to help you, basically. Hopefully it will do a better job so that people don't lose money. But if you go to the banks, you would already see threat detection AI is already being used. Next slide. So this is my company. We use AI to treat neuromuscular conditions and pain. So we use a sensor and an AI-based app to treat people who had stroke. So when you have a stroke, you get a blood clot in the brain, and that part of the brain now is not functioning. You have a lot of good cells in your brain that's not being used. You could actually rewire so that the healthy part of the brain takes over to compensate for the damaged part of the brain. And we use a lot of machine learning and AI for that. This is in use. So the thing I want to talk to you about is these are already in practice. These are not something futuristic. So I'll show you a quick video again. Go to the next one. And you play the video if you don't mind. It's alright, I think it's not playing, it's alright, don't worry. Yeah. So what you're seeing here is a gentleman who had an accident in India, right? And he lost the ability basically to move his body parts. And he went through coma, don't worry. And he was treated at one of the top hospitals in India, but he basically didn't come back to normal life. So we trained his brain using the software, essentially trying to even help him to hold a cup, and help him to do daily functions, right? With his bear, he was basically asked to go on disability, and he was the only sole breadwinner in the family. He worked at a bottling factory. He could not even do anything. So we said, let's try this on this person, and we treated him with this, right? I wish you were able to see, if you ever had a chance, go to our website, you can see this, how AI is doing it. And if you go to the next slide, yeah, that video should play. This person, so the same person who wasn't even able to move his body part, he was able to get back and work like this. He's the same guy that you're seeing, yeah? So this is the power of AI that you can do with even things that are in place. So next slide, that's the last one, and I'm almost 7 minutes if you ask questions. This is drug discovery. So, it takes about 14 years to get a new drug to the market. Many of you work in pharmaceuticals. It's a lot of things that humans manually have to do, find combination of compounds, chemicals, and proteins. This has accelerated drug discovery a lot. So we're going to see cancer drugs come out much faster now due to AI, and also we could build personalized cancer medicine. So, I am as an individual, I might have a different set of body biology, and I could build I need a different drug than a regular drug that's been, and you all probably know the diabetes drug that we are all taking right now, metformin. Not a single Indian was enrolled in the clinical trial. It was never tested in Indians, right? So, but that's the drug we are taking right now, right? So how do you personalize drugs for our own community-based DNA that we have in our body, or even individualize, right? Individually, I need a diabetes drug. I don't want the regular diabetes drug or a cancer drug. So that's all, ladies and gentlemen. That's the power of AI. Thank you so much. Any questions? Okay. Microphone.
Sir, we are in retail pharmacy.
Right.
And retail pharmacies, they work from morning 9 o'clock to 7 o'clock. Long hours and short of help. A lot of work. And when you see retail pharmacy, they do 10 different jobs together. How can AI ever help retail pharmacists to do things their better job?
If somebody hasn't already done it, I think you should start a company and do it, because everywhere there's an application for this. So think about in simple things like a physician's office, where they spend too much time doing paperwork, right? They're not treating you. They're looking at stuff. That's already been automated. So the notes they're taking, it's been automated. The pharmacy, I saw an example in Calgary, Canada, where they have automated some of the normal things that you are doing, picking up the right drug, right medicine. There are robotics that are already there that's been automated. So I think it will help you with the physical movement of stuff, but more importantly also the other clerical work I see that, you don't get the time to talk to the patient who's coming in there, you're doing. And there are a lot we can do, and there are companies already doing. So, but if you're not, I would also encourage many of you to think about stuff that you're struggling right now. There is an application for AI. Yeah, okay, of course, yeah, please. Thank you.
Sir.
Thank you.
Hi. Wonderful presentation, and glad to see you, the blind person, being helped by the AI. Apart from all the good things, I am worried about the privacy. Even now, WhatsApp is using AI to search and do things, right? So what if this entire data falls in the bad hands? Like any other data, but AI is more powerful, right? So what do you take on that?
So that's a huge concern all of us should have, right? And I think United Nations has this concern. They think our data is our human right? It's our human right to own our data. It's a broader problem that at this point, I don't think we have an answer other than making sure that we protect our own data because it's going to end up, it's very much like how atomic bombs, right? If it goes to the bad hands, what do they do with it, right? So there are a lot of regulations necessary. The government has a huge role to play in this. As individuals, we can basically say, do not share our data. So always click the button not to share my data everywhere, right? But they do it already. WhatsApp is using our data, Facebook is using our data already. So then as much as we can protect, it's okay, but it's government has the role to play right now because it's gone out of control already, right?
Correct, yeah. Thank you.
Okay, that's probably the last question. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hi everyone. We would like to invite Sunil Hali to give flowers to Mr. Siva.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
The question, whatever you spoke is just brilliant. But everybody is generally scared right now that whenever there is a new discovery which is of this size and dimension, it makes a tremendous impact on the society. And there is a little bit of downfall, which is a part of the momentum. And then you climb up again. How do you see the next 5 years with AI?
So definitely we are in the hype cycle. The Gartner has a hype cycle. They always say that. But this is a different thing right now. We are almost like an invention of oil or invention of electricity type of scenario right now. This is not blockchain hype. This is not internet hype. This is not some other hype. This is a real hype, right? So we are at a very inflection point right now. So the impact of AI is going to be big. It's going to be big. But people worrying about losing jobs, it may be in the interim, that could be a problem, right? But I think eventually this will come to a settlement, right? Already we are seeing that in countries that have already lost population, like Japan or rather some of the Nordic countries, right, where AI is needed, even for farming, right? So the jobs I won't be too much worried about, but what it's going to do to the society, I really don't know, right? Because that's, even Sundar was asked, right? Sundar Pichai was asked, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. That's the only question all of us have, right? So we'll wait and see. I wish I had an answer.
Congratulations. Congratulations to ICA, especially Prithvi.
Thank you.
Brother Mahendra, I just saw Mahendra's here. I cannot forget what you have done for the community, especially the Bridgewater Temple project and now so many projects. And we commit on behalf of our group with you as your voice, as NDTV, Astha TV, Indian Eye, Radio Zindagi. So we are always going to be with you. Let's make it a national organization which is much needed.
Thank you, Sunil.
Thank you very much.
Sunil Hali, Media Empire. He takes care of NDTV, Astha and Radio Zindagi. And as a digital magazine, Indian Eye. Thanks, Sunil. Thank you very much. Shiva, awesome Shiva.
Thank you so much.
I think you gave us a good intro to AI. Guys, I think we all have much more to deal with AI. We will get Shiva again back onto our thing, onto our youth program and onto our business program. Shiva will be there.
Oh,
thank you very much, Shiva.
Thank you, Mr. Siva. That was an incredibly insightful talk on AI. I think we all learned something from that. Next, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 4 talented performers from the Rock School of Music in association with Rock School London. This esteemed institution is affiliated with the London School of Music Certification in association with Vikrapatam, India, and offers online classes, allowing you to learn music from the comfort of our own homes. Balagandhar Gude has dedicated himself to mastering the flute for the past 6 years, fueled by a deep passion for Indian music. He has become a skilled flutist, adept in both classical Carnatic music and Indian film music. Charan Karthik Gude is currently a 9th grade student. embarked on his drumming journey at the age of 5 years old. He achieved certifications up to grade 5 at the prestigious Rock School. Of music in London and is now striving to conquer all 8th grades. His fascination with rhythms and rhythmic music has propelled him to excel as a drummer. Please also welcome Abhiram on piano and Lakshmi on guitar. Everyone, please quiet your voices for this amazing performance. Please give a few moments for them to set up.
Have formed communities of many languages and live on their own. ICA is uniting everyone with such language barriers, erasing the boundaries. ICA, the Indo-American Community Alliance, was born out of the desire to unite Indian Americans from all over the country. The NRIs established the Indo-American Community Alliance with the determination to bring all Indians together without language barrier. America is going to be the platform for this great event. Born in India, the home of culture and tradition, NRIs who are showing their talent in every field in America have formed communities of many languages and live on their own. ICA is uniting everyone with such language barriers, erasing the boundaries. While individual, regional, and ethnic associations exist, there has been no collective forum that brings together the rich tapestry of voices within our community. ICA emerges from this gap, aiming to unite diverse perspectives and create a space for collaboration. For the first time in the world, ICA is going to show the culture and traditions of all languages on one platform without any boundaries. The Indo-American Community Alliance will provide services to Indian Americans across America and stand as one platform for education, medicine, skills, business, legal research, and social issues for all Indian Americans across the United States. The ICA is taking initiative for a new beginning. ICA cordially invites everyone to participate in this great cause.
I'm delighted to see you come together today to celebrate the bond between world's two great democracies, India and the United States.
ICA, the Indo-American Community Alliance, was born out of the desire to unite Indian Americans from all over the country. The NRIs established the Indo-American Community Alliance with the determination to bring all Indians together without language barrier. America is going to be the platform for this great event. Born in India, the home of culture and tradition, NRIs who are showing their talent in every field in America have formed communities of many languages and live on their own. ICA is uniting everyone with such language barriers, erasing the boundaries. While individual, regional, and ethnic associations exist, there has been no collective forum that brings together the rich tapestry of voices within our community. ICA emerges from this gap, aiming to unite diverse perspectives and create a space for collaboration. For the first time in the world, ICA is going to show the culture and traditions of all languages on one platform without any boundaries. The Indo-American Community Alliance will provide services to Indian Americans across America and stand as one platform for education, medicine, skills, business, legal research, and social issues for all Indian Americans across the United States. The ICA is taking initiative for a new beginning. ICA cordially invites everyone to participate in this great cause.
I'm delighted to see you come together today to celebrate the bond between the world's two great democracies, India and the United States.
ICA, the Indo-American Community Alliance, was born Let's please take a moment to lower our voices as we welcome this percussion group. the instruments, could the gentleman in the back please take a seat?
us a moment to take the percussion off stage.
ICA, the Indo-American Community Alliance, was born out of the desire to unite Indian Americans from all over the country. The NRIs established the Indo-American Community Alliance with the determination to bring all Indians together without language barrier. America is going to be the platform for this great event. Born in India, the home of culture and tradition, NRIs, who are showing their talent in every field in America, have formed communities of many languages and live on their own. ICA is uniting everyone with such language barriers, erasing the boundaries. While individual, regional, and ethnic associations exist, there has been no collective forum that brings together the rich tapestry of voices within our community. ICA emerges from this gap, aiming to unite diverse perspectives and create a space for collaboration. For the first time in the world, ICA is going to show the culture and traditions of all languages on one platform without any boundaries. The Indo-American Community Alliance will provide services to Indian Americans across America and stand as one platform for education, medicine, skills, business, legal research, and social issues for all Indian Americans across the United States. The ICA is taking initiative for a new beginning. ICA cordially invites everyone to participate in this great cause.
Amazing. Can we please have another round of applause for Bala, Churan, Amiram, and Lakshmi? Amazing. Okay guys, the next performance is by Geetha and group. There is no greater pillar of stability than a strong, free, and educated woman. This dramatic skit performance embraces and celebrates the success stories of women, highlighting their resilience and achievements. This is a very important segment of women empowerment. So to pay our respects, let's all lower our voices and give it up for Geetha and group. Let's have a round of applause for Geetha and group.
Hello. Yes. At this time, I request everyone please to take a seat. It is going to be a great performance. We need to respect the performers. I would request each one of us to please sit down. There's plenty of chairs right this side and in the front. Please come forward and take your seat. Thank you. province. These are the ladies who performed this act. Geeta, Bindu, Shanti, Ramya, Rekha, Shravanti, Priyanka, Sushila, Manjula, Archana, Jyoti, Neeraja, Shilaja, Sunita, Shrestha, Sujata. Shrestha is a baby here. Thank you so much, ladies. It was a wonderful performance. Can we have a round of applause for these beautiful and talented ladies?
What an incredible performance! Come on, let's get another round of applause. Amazing, amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for a spectacular performance by the top school of Covey School of Dance. This upcoming dance is a delightful fusion of Bollywood and popular American music. Guaranteed to get your feet tapping, set to high energy, fast-paced beat, these dancers will showcase their impeccable precision and boundless energy while maintaining the grace and elegance that define true artistry. Prepare to be mesmerized by this vibrant and exhilarating mashup. Let's have a round of applause for Covey School of Dance. Please wait a moment. So sorry, everyone. That Covey School of Dance is for later. Right now, get ready to be mesmerized by an electrifying performance you're about to witness, presenting a captivating dance choreographed by Garu Kavita to the fast-paced rhythms of Ravi's sitar. This dance will be performed by 12 talented dancers from Covey School of Dance in Warren, New Jersey, known for their vitality and skill. This dance institute is renowned for its dedication to instilling discipline and perseverance in its students. And their presentations are made electrifying by taking utmost care in creating breathtaking costume designs. Prepare to be amazed as this dancers showcase precision, intricate, seamless coordination, and an overall aesthetic appeal that will leave you spellbound. Get ready to be transported into a world of rhythm, energy, and sheer talent. Let's welcome the Covey School of Dance. A round of applause.